full council meeting at 7:08 on the 18th of February. Item 311, apologies.
We have apologies from Councillor Ansell, Councillor Clark, Councillor Gray, Councillor Leadbeater and Councillor Beckford.
Thank you very much. Item 312, declaration of personal and prejudicial interest or request for dispensation on any item on the agenda.
Myself on number 323 events.
Lucy, obviously you own a business in the town, so for like events and things you would just have to declare it and fill on your form just an interest because obviously you have a business in town. Alright?
Yeah.
I will now invite the public to speak on any power that it has.
Thank you. Jack Carlos,
Mr. Carlos?
for you new people who don't know me, you'll get to know me. I would like to thank all of you new councillors for joining our council. But discuss with other councillors things that you're interested in, etc., etc. But remember, you are my representative, so do as you think I would want. And when I say I, I'm on about the public out there. Yep. Right. I've had my legs cut off a bit on this one because I haven't had this, because I'll write this as I go along. I spoke to a theatre go to, said he enjoyed the show, but did not like having to wait through the car park. I've asked about this, but nothing seems to be getting done. Are we getting anything?
So
is there anything going on behind the scenes?
The car parking is on the agenda for tonight.
I've spotted that, yeah. Right. I walk through the town and note there are empty shops, and then I could be well disguised. When we had a councillor who's now moved up to Cannock, and I can't remember the young woman's name, I can't remember her name, it was on the agenda every month, and something was said. Nothing has been said for yonks. Is there anything in the air?
Councillor Kirkman?
If I can answer that, yes, it used to be. I was one of the ones who used to badger to get it pushed forward, right? But it became immediately apparent that we've got absolutely zero control as a town council, and it was a district responsibility, which is why Olivia Lyons is talking about, right? Which is why that she was giving updates from district.
Right.
But we don't. Basically, the situation was, unless it's falling down, right, then the district can't get involved.
Right. But as a council, can you not badger your next level rather than just say, oh, okay, just extensive, which seems to be is what happened.
We do. We had a meeting in here last week, where we were talking to the so-called Rugeley regeneration team, and we raised all these issues with them. And if there's anybody out there in TV land, right, there is an interactive map available on the district council website, where you can actually make your comments about things you don't like, things you do like, and things you'd like.
As most of you who are aware, I am not, whatever the word is, I can't manage with them in whatever. I haven't even got a mobile phone, so it tells you everything. So that doesn't help me in the slightest.
Councillor Clark?
And in response to Mr. Carlos's question there, and Councillor Kirkham's answer, tomorrow between 10 and 3 o'clock in the town centre, those same people and district councillors will be in Rugeley town centre answering any questions that any of the Rugeley public would like to ask. So if anybody wants to go into the town centre between 10 o'clock and 3 o'clock, people will be there to answer any questions that the public have got regarding anything to do with Rugeley.
Well, that is something that I look forward to.
Yeah, it's more than just asking questions. They will have the interactive map there, so if they're looking for ideas, but basically that's all we're going to get is ideas.
And I think, I'm not certain about this, I think my next question is, you know, I've moaned and groaned about getting out of Peg Drive to Bower Lane for since year dot. I've asked about this danger of driving out of Peg Drive many times. I know that a further danger is being built opposite, i.e. a Dog's X walking place. Who granted this? This I don't think would be our council, would it? Because it's the other side of the road,
Yeah.
so that makes it.
Councillor again?
That's right, Mr. Carlos.
Well,
It's,
Rugeley.
thank you, Chair. It's Stafford Borough Council.
That's Stafford Borough Council.
Stafford Borough Council land, yes. Bower Lane is the boundary line between ourselves and Colwich Parish Council. If you wish to go on their website
So
and ask their comments.
are
Planning
you
Commission.
are you aware, or were you aware that that was going to go on? And if so, you know,
We were not made aware as a town council, no. We were made aware 4 years ago as a town council and it got refused planning permission at that time.
right.
So if you'd like to further investigate that, or if you wish the town council to investigate that, that's
Oh, right. Okay. Now, how long is the public to be kept in dark? Ex-clerk, and again, I've partially had my legs cut off about this because I've now seen it on this one. Is there anything being set in place to get a new clerk? No note that yes there is, because it's on the agenda for tonight. But nevertheless, I would still like to say, does anybody know, or is anybody prepared to say anything? Because there's a lot, and I know a lot of it out there is speculation. But there's got to be a certain amount of truth within the speculation. Would you as a council like to make any comment?
At the moment in time, no. All we can say is the former clerk no longer works for us. As soon as permitting, a statement will be made detailing as much facts as we can give and the public deserve.
When is this likely to be?
I couldn't
Next
say at
week,
this
next
moment in
month, next
time.
year?
I couldn't say.
Has it been reported to the police?
I can't comment.
You can't comment. As a member of the public, I have the right to know if it's been reported to the police. If there is money or anything else taken from this council, and the people that come into this council pay their council tax, they want to know if it's gone missing. If there's any money gone missing, they want to know about it. And they've got the right to know about it, and you're all sitting there, sorry, apart from the councillors that have only just joined, know if there is anything missing. So therefore you are withholding information from the public about a theft. So I'll ask again, would you like to say anything about it?
At this moment in time, no.
So there's taxpayers' money gone missing, and you don't want to say anything about it. Have you got a crime reference number that we can have, so we can actually work out for ourselves?
At this moment in time, there is nothing that we want to comment, nothing we can comment.
Oh, so there's a police investigation, correct? Well, I was told that last time I come there was a police investigation, so you're not telling me, was there a police investigation and is it still happening?
Do you know what sub judice means?
You told me that there was a police investigation.
Do you know? I didn't.
You did. I stood in this room and it was you yourself that said there is an investigation by the police. I've got it on, I've recorded it. So if you want me to find it for you, I'll send it you. You yourself sat there and told the whole room that there was a police investigation. So don't ask me questions.
It's sub judice, so it can't be discussed.
Of course not.
It can't be.
Oh yeah, has there been a theft from the council? Has there been a theft from this council? As a member of the public, surely I have the right to know that. As somebody who pays council tax, I have the right to know that. I have the right to know what my money's been spent on. So does everybody else in Rugeley. Now, if there's been a theft, it's happened before. It's not right that you hide these things. It's not right that you put these things and say we can't answer. Because you've done all this before, and there was £230,000 missing. Come on.
Councillor Kirkland.
We may not be able to answer all your questions.
Understand that totally.
Theft is in this country, as you know, people are assumed innocent
Yes.
until proven guilty.
Indeed.
Right? And there is an investigation
Thank you.
ongoing.
That's all I needed to know. That's it. Investigation. That's all I asked for, wasn't it?
Well,
So why
Can
is everybody
can I
hiding?
just correct what I said? We believe there is an investigation ongoing, but it's involving a third party organisation. I'm not prepared to say
Well,
who.
have the police been involved about any theft that may or may have not taken place in this place?
I think we have to say yes.
Thank you. But hiding these things and ducking does not make the council look good. It doesn't show any sort of professionalism to the new councillors even.
Councillor Kirkland.
If I can just say, right, the frustration that I perceive coming from you
Mm-hmm.
is shared amongst the individuals in this council as well.
And the rest of the town, friend. And the rest of the town.
Councillor Mason.
I was just going to say that obviously, you know, there's rules and regulations, everything has to be stuck by. When the time is right, we will issue a statement.
Yeah, but the time was right when she disappeared. And, so everybody would know. Come on, you're the council, you work for us. Pack it in, hiding.
Technically, we don't work for anybody, we're volunteers.
Yeah. Okay. Your duty is to the public. Thank you.
And we're not hiding, it's just there's procedures and rules and regulations we have to follow.
If someone asks you a direct question, is there an investigation? Then you can answer that question. There's nothing wrong with answering that question. It's not admitting fault. Nobody's blaming anybody in this room for anything that might have happened in the office. It's just a simple question. And when you hide it, the rest of the town go, what are they hiding? All I get all the time is, what they're hiding, what they've done this time. How good does that make you lot look?
Point of order, Chair, you know, we do restrict people to 5 minutes, I
Yeah.
think.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. Anyone else?
Good evening, everyone.
Hiya.
My name is Elisa Matei. I run the Rugeley. I don't know if you've heard of me. I'm pretty sure I've worked with lots of people in this town in the past 3 years. I'm a professional photographer and a social media manager. And I've done a lot of work in our community promoting local businesses and helping communities and charities with events and stuff like that. I'm here as a member of the public and I would like to invite you, if I may, I don't know, it's my first time here, so be gentle. I'd like to invite you to the grand reopening of the Sleeping Mill Victory Hall. I'm helping planning the event for this Saturday. It's a free event and we would be honored to have you as guests just to hear some live music. So I brought together some local artists that are very happy to sustain our cause. It's going to be free refreshments, free entertainment, and an amazing time for our community. It would mean the world to us for you to be there. It's all written in here. I will be passing for each and every one of you one of these later after the meeting is finished. Sorry. So I'm looking forward to hear how this all goes because I'm very interested in the community engagement especially. I really want to work with the council because I believe we can do so much good around the area. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for all your work. You've done great.
Item 313, Chair to close the meeting to the public session. Chair to reopen the council meeting, item 314. Item 315, Chair and Vice Chair reports. You've all had the Chair's report. You haven't had my report. I haven't been especially active in the past month due to work commitments and health. I can send a report out to that effect if council wish. Item 316, the acting clerk's report. Councillor Kirkham.
Yeah, 315, I did read the report. It said that the our chair had been out talking to one of the care homes about sponsorship for the town crier event. I presume that was presume that our chair was representing the partner and not the council.
I couldn't answer that, Councillor Kirkham, because I don't know.
The reason I raise it is I think we just need to be very, very clear about the lines being blurred between the Charter Fair and the town crier competition, and we need to be quite clear what the accountabilities are for each.
Okay, we can find that out. Item 316, the acting clerk's report.
Mine's kind of in with Nessa's, the local RFO report, because we've been working together on a number of things. It's been very, very busy. So basically, we've been addressing several issues that have come to our attention. She's been speaking to the external auditors, Mazars, because we had a little bit of a glitch, obviously, with last year's AGAR. They asked for further information regarding a matter that had been brought up to them. That's been sent off, so we're just waiting for a response for that, but we're hoping we can get that through. The internal audit, Paul Russell, which I'm going to send out, which I've been speaking with again, we spoke about it briefly the other day. There's a number of things on there which obviously we'll send out. Been working on the precept of the budget, so that's all gone off to them. So the agreed precept of 335,950 has been filed with them. It was done in time, so got that. Pensions, we have struggled with those, to say the least. We've sorted out the LGPS one, managed to gain access to that, and then obviously the rest is quite new. That's now all been brought up to date, so there's that one as well. That return for Q2, that was a bit of a thing with the post. So I was opening letters last week from before Christmas, we on 3 Christmas cards, plus a letter from HMRC dated the 21st of November, saying that we hadn't filed that, which should have been done. So then we've sorted that out, that's all gone off to them, conversations been had with them, explained the situation, they're all fine. And then we're just working on bringing the accounts up to date and where they should be, so hopefully over the next couple of weeks that should all be in line and where it should be.
Thank you very much. 317, 318, minutes. Proposal to confirm and accept the minutes of the full council on the 4th of February as a true and accurate record. Councillor Parks proposes, Councillor Kirkham.
289,
289.
I think I abstained as well from that vote. I wasn't here.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what no vote means. There's no vote, I presume that's an abstention.
Yeah.
But I think we can either have for, against, or abstain.
Abstain, yeah. We've had a proposal for those, is there a second on? Yeah, okay.
Provide some value or something.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
On the minutes as an issue, the confidential section of the minute, I'm presuming that is confidential still to the council, isn't going up on the website.
No, no. And a show of hands to propose those, please.
Check.
Yeah.
Just we need to accept the minutes of the confidential section. If there are any comments on that, then we haven't got a confidential
We haven't got a confidential
section.
section, have we now?
So those last page, needs to be discussed separately.
Yeah, we can do that at the end. Yeah.
So are we having the confidential section? Yeah.
For that matter, yes. Item 319, bank reconciliation. To agree and accept bank reconciliation for October but defer November, December and January until March's full council meeting. This is just so the local RFO, she's just catching up.
Well, I suppose as she's caught and reconciled the one back from October, which will all fall into place now, shouldn't it?
Yeah, she's
Find out what's wrong.
Yeah, she's absolutely hammering through it.
Councillor Kirkham?
On the reconciliation, the items on the bank statements are supposed to be countersigned by 2 councillors who are not bank signatories. And we know from experience that that is not being done every month. I have all those invoices that are on that. Are all the payments that are on that bank statement, have they been countersigned by 2 non-bank signatory councillors?
No.
Because if not, we're agreeing the figures.
No, sorry. Yeah, and they haven't, no.
And the other thing is that, again, we've got this issue on the bank statement as printed, and that is we do need some sort of statement, I feel, as a councillor, that either those redacted statements are guaranteed only to contain contractual salary payments, because if there are any variable salary payments in there, then the council as employers need visibility of that. Otherwise we sign the blank checks again.
Yeah, so you've had a discussion with the local RFO about this. Do you want to tell them what she said?
Yeah, so basically she said that on the bank statements they're to stay redacted, but it is available in the office if you want to see it and sign it off. It's only redacted for the purpose of meetings.
But again, 2 non-signatory councillors should be reviewing that every month.
Yeah, we do need to put everything like that in place and make sure it stays in place. No variations, no older than next month.
So at the moment, if I understand it correctly then, that reconciliation has not been countersigned by 2 councillors.
If you want to defer that, we can defer that.
I think
Yeah.
either we're following the financial regular or not.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. You proposing to defer
I'm
it?
proposing we should defer that.
Second, Councillor?
Yeah. I've got
Oh,
a question about
oh,
this
sorry.
redacting thing. What's the difference between redacting it and going in the office and looking at it?
That was just what the local RFO
But
has
what's the
advised. I don't know.
Because
That
we
was
see the
just what we
information either
advised.
way, so what's the difference?
I agree, if you set the salary anyway, why is it really redacted in the first place? We all know what the salary's been set at.
I took advice from our local because she's also a local clerk and she said that they're redacted for the purpose of meetings, but it is available in the office if you want to go and see the full Bible. As councillors, you are entitled to see that.
Chair, I don't agree with Councillor Kirkham, just deferring. It's a policy issue, so I think that we do need to sort of look at policies and determine what the policy actually declares. Yes, and if we need to change the policy, do so.
So are you seconding Councillor Kirkham's?
I'll second Councillor Kirkham. Yeah.
Councillor Clark, do you want to say something?
Yeah, just for transparency and clarity for the general public, why aren't we following these policies already?
No, that's messed it up.
Because like nobody's signing these forms, why is nobody doing that already?
It's not forms, it's actual, there is a process whereby the invoice has to be signed by the clerk to say that those goods or that service has been delivered. Right? Then 2 non-bank signatory councillors have to sign the they are valid and that people are not paying the mother-in-law and then the bank transfers are actually countersigned by 2 bank signatories. So in theory, it should be watertight if it's followed.
Through the chair, I understand that. The question was for the camera, why isn't it being done? And why hasn't it been done?
If I can, I put my hands up to this in the past. The reason it wasn't being done is that we were following the process that was in place before, not financial regulations as written and voted for by the council.
Okay.
So the proposal on the seconder is to defer item 319. Can I have a show of hands for that, please?
Through the chair, are those non-bank statement signatories agreed?
I don't think they are.
Do they have to be 2 constant named individuals?
No, it's
They
two different
don't,
councils.
they don't have to be named, they can be any 2 councillors,
Yeah.
right? And I would personally suggest, through you, Chair, that it's 2 councillors picked at random every month.
Yeah.
Good idea.
And that eliminates any possibility of collusion.
Yeah. Which we can implement that straight away.
And the issue that we've had is that councillors have been relying on the RFO to tell them what needs doing. Nobody tells you that you have to come in, Councillor Parks and Councillor Park, can you actually come in and sign off?
Through the chair, would you like to propose that? What you've just said?
It's not so much a proposal as it's the financial
Just needs
regulations,
enforcing.
it just wants enforcing. So going forward, we will pick 2 different
But when we
councils.
vote, through you, Chair, when we vote for the financial regulations, we vote for the process.
Yeah.
What we need to do is just make sure everybody's following it.
Yeah.
Okay. Item 320, income and expenditure. Proposal to defer the income and expenditure report for October, November, December and January until March's meeting. Again, this is just to make sure things have been followed and the RFO is just catching up. So I'll propose that to the chair.
Second that.
Thank you. Show of hands, please. Thank you.
Chair,
Yeah.
and also note that by those reconciliations not being done, we are actually in breach of our financial regulations.
We haven't mentioned this to the RFO yet. Yeah. We brought that up with them when you mentioned it straight away before.
Sorry, can I butt in? Sorry, I know it's completely.
I'd have to remove standing orders to allow members of the public to talk in an agenda item. So if the council agrees to remove standing orders to let the gentleman speak, I'll propose that from the chair.
Second it.
Thank you. Show of hands. Sir?
Sorry, Glenn, can you just repeat what you just said? The last comment. Exactly.
I can't remember what you just said.
No, the last one you just spoke about.
You're in breach.
What about by not reconciling the bank statements
Yeah.
every quarter,
Yeah.
we're actually in breach of our financial
Okay.
regulations.
Are you therefore insured for theft?
At the moment, I would suggest no.
And all this is because someone didn't do their job. Nobody signed it. Nobody's checking. That's why money goes missing. I think that's an agreement with everybody, isn't it?
We will have a look into that, sir.
Mm.
No problem. Okay. Is that everything?
Yes, thanks,
Yeah.
mate.
Okay. Item 321, payments. Proposal to accept and process payments for January. Was there any questions? Councillor Kirkland?
Have all these invoices been countersigned by 2 independent councillors?
They haven't?
Right. So can we actually put an amendment to that proposal?
Yep.
That we accept it subject to
Yeah.
2 councillors picked at random signing those off because we seem to be spending an awful lot on the bar purchases here. Councillor Bar?
So with that amendment in mind, would you care
I'll
to propose
propose
that?
that.
Yeah, I will second that from the chair. Show of hands for that proposal. Is there a proposal for the original proposal? No? Okay, thank you very much.
Point of order, Chair.
Yeah.
Once we've voted on an amended proposal, that overtakes the original proposal.
Didn't we have this discussion before where we was directed to?
Can you remember who directed us?
I can, yes, and I can see Councillor Gay nodding in the back. Councillor Gay?
I agree with Councillor Hart. We do have to vote.
We do have to vote.
Yeah, we do have to vote first.
I stand corrected.
Item 322, sorry, just to note planning applications in the last month. Okay. No? Item 32, sorry?
Just copy.
Okay. Item 323, events update. I will now pass you to Councillor Meeson, Chair of that Task and Finish Group.
Good evening, councillors. Okay, updates. We're doing very, very well with the car show and the other events coming up in the town. I would like to propose that for the St George's Day, we get a amount of bunting to put round town and flags. I've got on a budget of £1,000 and also to hire a cherry picker with a person to put it up.
Councillor Miller?
Point of order.
Yeah.
There's actually no proposal on this.
Yeah.
Oh, there isn't, no. Okay.
So it can be discussed, Councillor Mason, and it will have to come back to the
Okay,
council.
right, yeah. My apologies, I thought there was a proposal on it. I do apologise. We also were thinking of launching a best dressed window theme for the St George's Day around the town, with having perhaps a first, a second and a third for the most decorated shops, and then perhaps an award or some kind of advertising for that shop, the 3 shops that come first, second and third. On the weekend of the St George's Day, so St George's Day is on the Thursday, on the Saturday we wish to hold a competition in the town for a King and Queen of the Charter Fair to lead the parade out. So we're going to go down the schools and ask them if they'd like to put forward a girl and a boy to become the King and Queen of the Charter Fair, and on this day we would then have a competition to narrow it down to pick a King and Queen that would then go forward to lead the parade. Also on the same day, again hitting the schools and getting them involved in this community event will be a mini-town cryo championship. So again, hitting the schools, getting them to put girls and boys forward with the best voices so that we can have this competition in the town, pick them out, and then they will go forward on the day of the Charter Fair and the National Town Criers Championship, and then they get to pick the first, the second and third again.
Councillor Burton?
St George's Day is Thursday,
Yes. Yep.
which is, even though we have a market.
Yeah. We were on that Saturday that we were going to be doing this.
Right, okay, right.
Yeah.
£1,000 to hire a cherry picker, a person to put it up. Have we had 3 quotes on that?
I've got 1 so far, and I've got to contact another 2. So I'm still waiting for the other 2. I've got to do that, yes.
Because through you, Chair, my last experience of the use of a cherry picker is that you needed the guy in the actual basket controlling the cherry picker, right, doing whatever he's doing up there, but you actually needed 2 or 3 people with luminous jackets on directing the public away from the danger areas.
Okay.
And one of those 3 is actually going to have to hand the other end of the bunting. Does that include the cost of the bunting, or is that just a cherry picker?
That would try and get the bunting in with that as well.
You try.
The one, yeah, sorry.
You voted on maybes here.
I know, yes, yeah. Like I say, I've not brought it together yet. I was just putting it out there that this is an update. This is what we'd like to do. So, The £1,000, yes, would include the handler of the cherry picker and the bunting.
So you're talking 2 people minimum.
Yeah.
That's if we can get a volunteer to wear a women's jacket, or 2
We
more
get
volunteers
some
the
volunteers.
better. Because from my experience of taking the lights out of the trees in Brook Square, it's like herding cats.
Yes, I myself would volunteer. I don't mind doing that. Yeah, so, and I'm sure other people wouldn't mind.
I've
Just
got
giving
my
us.
own orange fluorescent vest.
Oh, we've got plenty of that. We've got
Yeah.
plenty of that. And through you, Chair, like, King and Queen of the Charter Fair competition, what are we basing, what is going to be what are they competing with? Is it just the best looking, or the best dressed,
Can't have the best
or
looking.
the tallest?
Should be a series of questions, I think.
Right, that's what I'm thinking, we need to understand
Yes,
what the
you
competition is.
need to ask questions. The mini town crier is just the one with the best voice.
Well, that was what I was going to come to.
Yeah,
Because
yes.
the mini town crier, I mean, our town crier actually said that he was going to take place. My understanding when I heard that
Yes.
was that was being done within the auspices of the town crier competition, not by the council.
No, it's to be.
Because we haven't seen a proposal
No,
on that.
that's
We
right.
haven't seen a budget.
Hence,
Yeah.
there would be no budget. I don't think there would be any money spent on this. Just purely, it'd be going to the schools, explaining that we want the kids to take part in this with the best voices and to bring them out on this Saturday. And we'd narrow it down. We'd have a series of judges. The King and Queen, like I say, would ask we could ask them questions. What do they think usually, or general questions, and then we could narrow it down again.
Chair, councillor, I don't know what everybody else thinks, but I think we need a little bit more meat on the
Yes,
bones.
no, I quite agree that, but it's just, I'm just putting it out there.
Right. But we're drifting into, we are now running a mini town crier competition.
Yeah.
Right? And there's a little bit of, as I mentioned when the meeting opened with the chair's report,
Yeah.
there's a bit of overlap here, which I think is highly dangerous as councillors. We need to be very clear because there's clear pecuniary interests in anything which goes on in the town. Right? So we need to be very, very careful.
I mean, it's involving the community, the kids, and this is what I was trying to get, is the youngsters involved in things. And that was the only reason behind that, was just to get the youngsters, to get them to understand what they would do as a council, basically.
But through you, Chair, I don't think a King and Queen of Charter Fair and a mini town crier is going to give people understanding of what the council does.
King and Queen's not very inclusive, is it?
I think we need to be very, very clear
King,
where the town
Queen,
crier
Queen.
competition starts and ends, and where the Charter Fair starts and ends. If we're not careful, we'll end up just merging the two, and the accountability for each is going to be lost. So I'd actually propose, I mean there is a proposal here, but I'd actually suggest that we need a bit more meat on it.
We'll know about the next meeting.
Yeah. No problem.
Can I just advise Councillor Mason, there was a competition for a King and Queen Charter Fair a few years ago. If you did struggle to find a particular age group, have you got a particular age group that you
I was
targeting?
thinking the high school age.
Yeah, it was high school age last time.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Item 324, I will pass you over to the chair of that group.
Car park flooding investigation, defer that to the next meeting because the operation manager isn't here because of his wife's not very well.
You've got the 3 quotes there, Councillor, have the 3 quotes.
What?
You propose for the car park?
For the car parking section of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the booklets.
In all fairness, Councillor Parks, Councillor asked him to come back with 3 quotes. He's come back with 3 quotes. So to defer it just because he's not here, I don't think that's fair.
Well,
Just
I haven't
don't
got-
go ahead.
I haven't got the
Okay.
I haven't got the paperwork for the 3 quotes for the car parking.
It was sent with your name, all the, yeah, it was all there, yeah.
I don't see why we should be doing it.
I haven't got that either.
It's quite straightforward. Do you want me to carry on, Councillor Parks?
Oh, no, I haven't got this email. Okay. I do apologise. Okay. So we've got that. As far as the booklets are concerned,
Councillor Parks, can we vote on the first proposal, please?
okay.
Do you want me to read the proposal out, Councillor Parks?
Yeah, go on then.
So the proposal is to choose a company to carry out the required work and allow Owen to instruct them and obtain a report, which he will then take back to Cannock Chase District Council for further discussion. Previously, we have had a meeting with Cannock, and they have said while the lease is our own repairing lease, as long as we get this report done, they will take a look at it with a view to potentially helping or resolving the situation. So you've all had the 3 quotes. Is there any questions?
I propose that we go with Ben Bishop.
Yeah. And to be fair, Councillor Clerkham, I will second that. Councillor Mason?
May I ask why?
He's the
Just because
cheapest.
the cheapest, yes. I'm just asking why.
Simple answer.
I don't think there's a quality issue here. You know,
No.
I think we're going to get grainy pictures from one and UHD from another.
No, but now you. Right, okay.
So with that proposal and seconded, can we have a show of hands for that, please? Thank you very much. Councillor Parks?
So yeah, the second proposal is the theatre is currently run out of what's on booklets and need some more printed. 3 quotes have been obtained for 2,000 colour gloss booklets and are as follows. As written down there, Solo Press 42856, Benel Press 544, and Instaprint 53796. I propose that we go with number 1, 42856.
Councillor Parks?
I presume all these prices are either inclusive or exclusive of that.
They're all inclusive of that, but we don't pay anyway.
No,
So,
no.
so I propose that we go with number 1.
Okay. Is there a second?
Can I
Councillor
just
Parks?
ask you who Solo Press actually is?
It's a,
I know who Ben Hill are and I know who...
yeah, I believe it's a company online that Owen's used previous to do the what's on booklets.
Like Instaprint, is
It's a bit like Vistaprint, that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah. Is there a second for that? Councillor Baker? Show of hands, please. Lovely, thank you very much. Item 325, continuity planning and the office mobile phone. The proposal is to purchase a cheap basic mobile phone on a SIM-only contract which can be used by authorised personnel to gain access and/or codes when the proper officer is absent. The problem that we had October, November, December and now is authenticity. Codes were going to other places and not going to where they should have been going to make business streamline and continuity. So the proposal, like I said, the proposal is to purchase a cheap phone just to allow texts to come in and out. How's the
Do we not have anybody around the table who's got an old mobile phone? Just pop a SIM card.
I have to say, I have spoken to the acting clerk today. I believe there may be a spare phone knocking around in the theatre.
Okay.
One that we've used as a standby till
Right.
that we could potentially use for that and just pop a SIM. It's kind of the SIM card, you're not going to top the SIM card up, it's literally just to receive PIN codes.
You will have to top it up at some point. SIM only
Yeah,
expire
after a
if you're
certain-
not
yeah.
used.
But yeah, I do believe there is a phone in the theatre potentially that we could use.
Can we vote on this?
Yeah.
I'll
So,
second it.
okay, I'll propose.
Yeah, but I thought you proposed it. So.
Yes, I'll propose to use a phone at the theatre rather than purchase a phone. Show of hands, please.
Can I just ask before we vote, what we're going to do with the phone? Where's it going to be kept?
In the,
It will be secure, won't it?
it'll be locked up. Yes. Sorry, Councillor Miller.
Sorry.
So show of hands, please. Thank you. Abstaining?
I have lots of questions that probably not appropriate now, so I don't have any background.
Okay.
So I'm just going to
No problem.
keep my powder dry, as it were. But I do have lots of questions.
Item 326. Appointing a new clerk and the job description. A group of 3 councillors and the acting town clerk have worked on a revised job description, person, specifications and the required post. The proposal is to agree the revised job description and allow the position to be advertised. Councillor Baker, Councillor Kirkham and Councillor Solomon, you 3 worked on that. Do you care to have any input? Councillor Baker?
Yeah, I do want to have some input on this. Council did vote for the 3 of us to get together and have a look through this job description. We've come up with what's been handed out to you today, which we think covers everything we needed to. We moved some bits around from a template that Councillor Kirkham put together for us to sort of work from for this. And we've moved some bits into essential requirements, which I think the important bits there are experience working within a parish or town council and knowledge of model standing orders, which were sort of preferred originally, and I think we all agreed, didn't we, that we've moved that into essential. That's got to be essential for this. The other thing I do want to point out, I don't want to put you in any sort of firing line, Councillor Kirkham, but the council did agree for a group of 3 councillors to do this, and Councillor Kirkham did decide to invite Councillor Bentley along as well to have input on this.
I was going to mention that for transparency.
Yeah, I've got to bring it up because I think if council have voted for certain councillors to sort of be looking at something, it's perhaps not right to just invite someone along because you wanted them to come along to it. I know you thought she would have some valuable input, and it turned out that, I don't know, I felt that she had a friend that she felt might be good for the job. I don't know if that was the reason she wanted to come along, but I did want to just point that out, that I wasn't too happy with someone just being invited along. Point that out. I don't know if you want to explain, Councillor Kirkham, or...
Yeah, I was going to say I was going to let you finish. Have you?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's all from me.
Yeah. Councillor Bentley was coming down later to go through the laptop.
Yep.
Right? Or the stick on the laptop. Right? I'd spoken to her. I said I was coming down. She said she was available. As far as I could see, there was no disadvantage in having you there. So I said, yeah, come down.
Understanding my comfort
No,
of it here.
no ulterior motives.
No, I know that, but I just think if council votes for certain people to do something, I think those certain people should do that. If extras want to be added on, maybe that needs to be brought back to full council to agree. That's my personal opinion in any case.
No detriment, but you should have said something at the time.
It was raised at the time.
You shouldn't be talking about it now, you should have dealt with it.
In being, everyone keeps moaning that we're not being transparent. I think the idea here is to be transparent about things, and that's why I brought it up. We're talking about this. It says here a group of 3 councillors. It wasn't. It's just to be transparent.
Draw a line, move on.
Yeah.
Going back to the original proposal then, is there any suggestions or any amendments that anyone have? Councillor Gale?
Yes, so the applicants, will there be scoring matrix, of course? Would that be something to go to the...
I think that's up to the interview panel when it's selected.
Okay.
But it should be against school questions.
Which is how it was done previous.
It's all explained to me delegated responsibility. Not me as a council. It's not a delegated responsibility.
What specifically wanting to
Well, it's saying that the administration is staff on the delegated authority from the council. That tells me it's somebody from the council, not all the council. Should it not be all the council?
It would be all the council.
Well, it's delegated, yeah. So it's not a single person.
No. It would always be the full council. Everything has to come to full council.
Well, I would have thought,
And that's for transparency, fairness to the public. It has to come to this table and go to a vote and for the public to see.
okay. So that the word, the administration staff under authority from the council.
So if that's an amendment you would like, we can amend that amendment.
So it doesn't mean one person is as the authority. So I'll be going to go to council, I will say to the council, delegate.
Okay.
Understand where we are. Sorry, which page is that?
It's the last slide on the roll, under roll purpose on the first page.
So the right purpose.
It's the last line on which one? Wrong purpose.
On
Yeah.
purpose.
So I'm confused now. I can't understand what the query is.
Isn't that what every council
Staff
employee
under
does?
delegated authority from the council.
It's the council as a whole, isn't it?
It's the council.
Yeah.
It's not the councillor.
No, it's the council as a whole.
The council. So it's the corporate body.
Yeah. Councillor Parks?
And just for transparency and so everybody knows, when we as a whole council select an interview panel, can we make it clear that nobody on that panel can unilaterally invite other councillors to join that panel for any reason?
That would always be the case, and the last interview panel for the previous clerk and the clerk before that was done as that panel was assigned, and just that panel. And it was all done transparency, and in fact Lucy found all the original paperwork that the original panel drafted out the other day. Everything is there noted and minuted to the last letter. Okay. So, do we all agree? Is there a proposal to go with the job description? Councillor Baker, is there a seconder?
I'll send it.
Okay, thank you. Show of hands. Thank you very much. Right, item 327, date of the next meeting. Now, due to the clerk being away, the date of the next meeting will change. It will be the Wednesday after. So that will be the 25th, did we say?
You're not doing it by Zoom.
Let's start in the middle of the night. I might be in Bollywood at that point.
You might be, yeah. Okay, that's the end of the meeting, everyone. Thank you very much. Councillors, just stop for a